due diligence, PPM, PPO, and term sheet. The due diligence is used as an investigation or audit in a potential investment. It serves to confirm all material facts of a sale. The term describes a general due to exercise care in any transactions. In detail, depends on different purchase. Due diligence is an examination of a potential target for merger, acquisition, or similar corporate finance transactions, normally by a buyer, or a reasonable investigation focusing on the material future matters. Examination by being achieved by asking central key questions, include how do we buy, how do we structure the acquisition, and how much do we pay. An investigation of current practice of purchase and policies. It also can be an examination aiming to make an acquisition decision. And the term due diligence first came into the common use as a result of the United States Securities Act of 1933. The private placement of offering. It is the PPO generally means any types of shares issued by a small or growing company to raise their capital. This offering needs not be registered with the Securities and Exchange Commissions, which is SEC. And since the private placements are subjected to the Securities Act of 1933 too, and there are some regulations for the PPO. They are the Regulation D, Rule 504, which means this rule permits offers and sales of not more than 1 million during any 12-month period by any issuer that is not subjected to the reporting requirements of the SEC. And another one is Regulation D, Rule 505. Rule 505 is very similar as the Rule 504. In addition, it contains an absolute prohibition on advertising and general for offering and restriction on which companies may issue the securities. Many companies perform offering securities under this rule because its requirements are consistent with many state securities law. The Rule 505 allows for the sale of up to 5 million of the issuer's securities in a 12-month period. And another one is Regulation D, Rule 506. This rule is similar to the Rule 505, but it allows the issuers to sell his securities to an unlimited number of accredited investors and up to 35 unaccredited investors. For those requiring large amounts of capital, this expansion is the most attractive because it has no maximized dollar limitation. And the PPM is a document which is used to raise the capital equal to beta a debt, or both of them. Making a correct PPM can help a company achieve its capital goals. A PPM, or called private placement memo, is an part of any private placement offering. The next is the term sheet. The term sheet is the agreement, no matter is binding or not. The setting forth the basic terms and conditions under which investment will be made. A term sheet should include some key terms like perform stocks, equalization, performs dividends, and reverse vesting, drag along rights. The perform stock is that after a company is built, the founders of the company would get the certain amount of common shares. And this is also referred to as founders' shares. But the venture capitalists do not want this share. Instead, they want the preferred stock. These securities have a variety of protections, such as equalization performance and voting rights, that private the VCs with downside protection and control. The equalization performance. The VCs has a broad definition of equalization, which includes acquisition, bankrupt, and the sale of much of company's assets. For the most part, the venture capitalists want to get as much capital back on such events. The dividends. This is an annual return on the preferred stock. If the preferred is cumulative, it means dividends that are not paid will be added up. If this happened over 5 or 6 years, the impact can be substantial. So try to negotiate a clause that makes the dividend uncumulative. The reverse vesting. With the reverse vesting, the founders side assigns their common share and then earn them over time. The drag along rights. This means that the minority shareholders must agree to a sale or equalization of a company. For the most part, this is triggered when the proceeds are less than the equalization performance, which means that the founders will get nothing.